Lot of to-in and fucking fro-in, Hirsch. Smart place. Good. You sure about this, Hirsch? I thought so. You want me to come?
You do not. Emotional liabilities become operational liabilities.
Nope.
Okay, easy enough. I can do that.
She can't bear the fall. You shoved her into this. You alone will follow it through.
I should get her then. Say goodbye or something.
She doesn't move.
I heard you the first time. Don't fucking rush me.
As she slides from her seat, her eyes don't come close to meeting yours.
If you say so, Hirsch.
The 4 words come easy, clean, confident. You surprise yourself. The girl stares at you and takes a moment to convince herself of your words.
Okay, then I trust you, Hirsch. Yana said you wouldn't.
On the other side of the pier, 2 figures approach from the dimness. The old man's eyes flit between you and the girl. He appears more frail than his voice made him sound.
Hirsch, are you sure this is safe?
Kaleidoscope stares at Ultravioletta like he can't look away.
What's the matter with me taking a fun? You want that? Yeah.
Oh, I see. One of those.
You feel her gaze on you for a few long seconds, then you feel it leave.
Maybe.
Suddenly, She stops and looks back at you, her face frozen in a mask. All serenity liquidated, animal terror.
It still is.
A small, hunched man, maybe 70 years old. He stares straight back at you. The old man keeps his eyes on you as he walks forwards.
Long time no speaking, Herschel.
The now former prisoner turns to one side, then the other, as though
Jangan.
taking the measure of his situation for the first time.
It seems poor Dante is worth his weight in posters. Because we are one and the same. I'm one of great Facundo's famous unfortunate body doubles.
Your mind rebels at the thought. Zero out this uncanny monster.
You have the monopoly of violence here. You get to believe whatever you choose. I just have to suffer it. We came from the same village, Facundo and I. Second cousins, hence the resemblance. We went through the early imprinting process together. The old process, pre-techno. But in the end, only Facundo's clay was malleable enough to become anonymous. As for myself, I remain, well... Obviously, my cherished playmate is no more. Just an occasional shimmer behind cold eyes. But the family resemblance has proved useful for his purposes. I was given a sacred role to play. I was made to step into death's path and read the lines prepared for Facundo. Instead, he'll be speaking the words meant for me. A twist? Sure. That's what it is.
Enough preamble. You're here for one thing only.
Okay. Tell me about him.
Before the secret treaties can be consummated, a ritual must take place. A private ritual, known to very few. Facundo will be attending with only a token guard. If you're going to kill him, that will be your chance. Versions of it take place once a year across the Illuminated Empire. A time to honor our so-called deathless heroes, the warriors of Reunion. It's so cool that you're acquainted with our culture. Very sophisticated and cosmopolitan of you.
The index finger of your left hand twitches.
The ritual will take place at the old shrine to Canopus, tended faithfully by our small colony of expatriates who remain in the Empire's light. You can reach it by aerotrain.
Place. Check.
What? Tentang. Semua koloni.
You've been busy. In any event, the shedding of the Ginkgo's leaves has long marked days of remembrance. And now it will mark the start of Facundo's visit.
Time. Check. The bones of the plot are set. Already you can feel muscle and sinew begin to weave themselves around the frame.
That's it. A few simple words and it's done. Disconcerting how fast the big stuff occurs sometimes, isn't it? Now, I believe you have some papers for me. Yes, I think there is. Tell him. Tell him the third fear isn't death. It's ourselves. Nothing. A private joke between technofascists. I wouldn't expect you to understand. What about the girl? What's to become of her?
He tries to conceal it, but something in his voice tells you he's more concerned about Ultravioletta's fate than that of the Grand Lich.
La Fábrica never attempted to control what she produced. That was very clear.
Why are you standing around for? Kill this ancient fool. That's what the script demands. The sea air bites. Salt stings your nostrils.
It's like Lich, malnourished man, no one around, gun in effect.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Ada yang bisa tilut.
A cold end for poor Dante after all. There's cold, and then there's glacier. I have a final request of you. Feel free to turn me down, of course.
Final request.
What class of music player is that headphone wire connected to? Must be a high-end import, likely customized, equally compelling.
Now that I've raided the company safe, so to speak, I have nowhere else to go. I wonder if I could throw in with you.
Join.
The reactionary lays down his logo garments and turns toward the light.
I have an educated guess that it's something big with Luz. And from the way you just managed poor Dante off stage, something lethal.
Your assignment could do with a professional operant. Yes, professional operant.
So, bucko, room for one more? No cause. I do as you direct. Inthor probably vastly outdrank you in both experience and ability.
The man stares at you for a long moment.
Very good. When do we start? Once I see Ultravioletta to Luz, I'll await your signal at the fog mirror.
Fog mirror.
I don't know yet. I'm just trying to keep a respectful distance.
Within the hole, Ultravioletta clasps her keyboard to her chest and stares unblinking at her damp shoes.
It all feels much like a dream. Then maybe it is all one communal dream? Whatever keeps you around, I suppose. I could settle for a dream. A pleasure.
Take it.
Be well, Cascade.
He offers you a small salute, then turns and walks towards the boat.
Hello, Ito.
Bye.
Dia sekarang apa sih? As the leaves fall from the tree.
My format-sensitive friend. How goes it? Shelves are over. Mostly crust with... Maybe not.
The brightly coloured the refreshment. The smuggler inclines his head. He lowers his head.
Ano ya? Kantor Tempo ako.
The desk is as you left. You turn from the... Effa, red and blacks. You may find...
Whatever you did to the hogger, he looks proper sad for once.
Finally. Until next.
Eyes closed, the young man, warily.
Cascade, I've been playing I Spy relentlessly with myself to pass the time. Pretty even as things stand, but I'm certain I can best me. If this is how you'd like to spend your director's stand-up, Cascade, I'm happy to oblige. Sing to me a scenario. Risky business, Cascade. The same problem with suicide methods applies to assassination techniques. The more overt methods are more likely to succeed. Deniable, made-to-look-like accidental methods tend to be gruesome and end in injury rather than death. Supposing you manage to learn with some degree of certainty which tram they will be riding, and you arrange for someone to blow out the wires at the nearest pylon. Accident ensues. Horrific, undoubtedly. Lethal, not necessarily. Explosives, by definition, are unsafe, Cascade. Don't get me wrong. There is something to be said for a sabotage plot, but you need a clean-up crew. Someone to go into the wreckage and be ready to put a bullet in the head of any survivors. At which point, you're almost as exposed as if you'd just gone with the standard-issue gun option.
He plays with your potential future selves like a child with soldier toys. The toys always seem to die horribly.
Not ideal, but there are worse scenarios you could put across the table. Of course, we were sitting in that booth over there. Taxman, S-Doc, Virtue, you, Radian, Kindred, me. I'm hardly going to forget the most flagrant breach of stagecraft I've ever committed in my professional life. Even after the crew collapse, he didn't destroy it? Schoolboy error. Though the true error, of course, was taking it in the first place. Oh well. Because it was your birthday. But you're not, are you, Cascade? Not quite. So, along we all went for you despite the risks, and why we'll do so again, in some form. I'll be here, Cascade.
Hey, Hirsch.
None of his weight has been regained, but his movements are firm and his presence light. Awaiting his assignment, as promised in the old horn.
How's this life treating you?
He inhales slowly as he lifts up his hand in parallel to yours. The slightest vibration, ordinary human unsteadiness.
Learning how to use my fucking hands again, like I'm a baby again or something. Tribal and Sony shit. Read about it in a magazine years ago, and been fascinated ever since. Supposed to sound like a human scream. Horrifying. Well, the pitch depends on the tube diameter, you know? So, you could probably make a really little one that sounds like a child. Nah, if I could get it to sound human, that would be a start. Reverse engineer assumes I have one. This is all I had to go off.
A faded magazine cut out from a general interest digest from years ago. It shows a heavily feathered tribesman cradling a stubby flute, with the front end fashioned in the shape of a human skull. You know the kind. Vaguely colonial, full of misinformation and the promise of erotic adventures with cannibals in far-off jungles.
Pretty much. It talks a big game about how the whistle was used to paralyze the enemy before an ambush and how it would strike fear into the glands of their enemies. But very little about the acoustics, you know? No. Fear is in the glands, H. You will not regret this.
With a great big inhale, Ramses blows into the whistle once again, sacrificing his breath and turning it into an encroaching sound. Within it, you almost hear words, tormenting the edges of your psyche. Like the screams of babies, the sound bypasses all logic and goes directly for the panic response. Over at the bar, Lucia has covered her ears with her hands. Every patron has turned towards you.
I know, right? It's like, even though you know nothing's happening, your body's sure it's about to get slaughtered.
Seeing the look he's getting, Ramses hands the death whistle back, holding a hand up in sorry to everyone at the bar afterwards.
I know, it's great. Feels like tinnitus in your teeth, right? Happy to play it again for you. Yeah. I'm listening. So it's an assassination. Why now?
His brow furrows, as though struggling not to let the idea through. He keeps tugging at his beard, engrossed in his thoughts, before suddenly shrugging.
Still, it might just work, you know?
A sudden, bizarre flare of hope.
To be clear, we're definitely not making it out alive. But that doesn't mean it won't work, you know? On a grand scale and all. The Lucians love to wage war without waging it, keeping it all on their own terms. The only way to win against them is to just fucking not play their subtlety game. Otherwise, they win without you even knowing you were playing. That's how the dream fell, after all. Why not? People dress like them, eat their food, mimic their slang. They don't need to invade this place.
Even you have memorized the names of their cartoon wolves. You feel the weight of your fancy toy sword suddenly.
Not in a conventional sense, but in the ways that matter, yeah. And if they were to stroll in, there'd be resistance, but it'd be snuffed out quick. The People's Republics could roll out the warships. Maybe claim Portofino, blood, ruins and all. But what's the point? You can't carpet bomb want. Thing is, what the Lucians are peddling, it's not real. It's a ritual. A shit song they keep pumping over the radio until one day you wake up and find it's your favorite tune. That kind of cultural warfare, you can't fight it on its own terms. You have to put a bullet in somebody. I assume you know the broad strokes. The dream was a beautiful clusterfuck. Guilds, federations, communes, all working together. Been that way since the 2200s, going by the old calendar. Since the death of Sultan Murad IV, the last of his kind, inshallah.
4 centuries ago, approximately.
Rustam fell because the world grew. It really is that simple. Modernity chipping away at it year after year. Final night, my people set fire to the dream. Every granary, every workshop, every field, every road. Victory. The fields were ashed and salted. The topsoil scraped away. Wells were blown up. Water sources buried under rubble. Scorched motherfucking earth. The developed world's wind condition was our obedience, and the land's. They didn't get either. If anything, you could call it a stalemate. Here's the takeaway, Hirsch. Every invading force has its terms. You want to fuck with them, you can't play their game. Yeah. Plus I figure I owe the Weeping Eye a little payback.
All expression vanishes from his face. The wrinkle lines smooth over and the frown of concentration disappears.
Say the word, H. I think you know the answer to that question, Hirsch. I'm not working with that guy.
Your old double has been known to have an unsettling effect on certain people.
Just no fucking weirdos, yeah, Hirsch?
He nods.
Don't be a stranger.
Cascade. Hope things are
He turns a dial on his headphones and focuses on you.
She did, although. She said nothing to me all the way over. Not one word. Which is fine by me, of course. I don't need her to talk. Just sing.
Still, a part of him was hoping for a little more out of their private journey.
You and me. And half the population of La Luz. I'll allow it. But only for a moment.
He hands you the headphones. His mouth moved, but you didn't hear anything. The noise blocking effect, anechoic. He takes the headphones from you.
No.
Only 0.25% sound leakage. You could be standing on the tarmac beneath a jet engine, and all you'd hear would be a distant hum. Near perfect isolation. They're very good. They're your assets, Cascade. I'm just here to hold up my end of the deal. Though out of professional pride, I can accept nothing less than a second-in-command position. Please don't handicap us pre-game with your team selection. Not now. Until then.
Ditinggal. Okay, let's see. Salah.
Back again. What now? Yes. Fine. Leave him there, for his sake and yours. Fascinating.
That's a word.
Well, it's no Pascal, but how sweet. You leave him alone. Sorry to hear that.
Or was it the drink?
Right. I hope it was agreed. What now? Yes. Goodbye.
Jadi cek ya.
Giờ trái vậy về ở ông đó không được là một cái gì đó mẹ bạn trở nên mẹ nói với nhau
You approach your double's bedside. His breathing does not change. Ave Imperio Luminoso. The screen boots up with the salute of Lelou's, comprised of 5 vertical lines. A single option appears below. Begin. The salute fades as a new command appears. Immobilize subject. An offering. The boy trussed and gagged upon a bed of flowers. Position subject to establish eye contact. After some nudging and twisting, you manage to get his head to stay upright, and his eyes slowly roll into place. Weirdly stiff, and yet too lax to be easily posed, like a rubbery puppet lacking a hand inside. Another red light blinks to life, this time on your side of the device. Subject eye contact established. Establish eye contact. Object. That must be you, the object. What begins as a single intense point in the center of the screen gradually radiates outwards across your field of vision. The world shrinks. Visualize memory for biological imprint, or select manual impression to force imprint. The old prisoner said that the more formative the memory, the better. A sacrifice for the machine god. To get a clear biological imprint of you, the memory should be as personal as possible. The device's hum changes pitch as you select the option. Warning, Forced imprinting may increase subject dissonance.
Fatica, secondo perché davanti a questo uomo di lui, perché così non si sente. E quando la paura, va, ok, ah, ne ha cosa fare.
But
Force an imprint. Maintain eye contact. All of a sudden, the motor... The screen blinks and blurs.
Kakak.
Biasanya bayar di kamsi o maju apa bisa gak yo apa sampean aku menangnya nyari wong soalnya kita tuh boni boni yo kira sini je yo masa aku pas teko yo langsung saya mbak mbak yo sama ya sing ini sih mau ngomong saya mbak yo Udah sudah itu学生们你背那个打字管理里面走过no，这样对的，你不你。Mona để Mona là nó ngopi, nanti mana bisa ngopi. Berarti kan tak tahu itu teh.
You approach your double. A single option. The salute. Immobile. An offer in. The boy trussed and gagged upon a bed. Position. After some nudging, weirdly stiff. Another subject. That must be you. The red light blinks with a slow. What begins the world shrunk. Visualize memory. The old prisoner said, a sacrifice for the machine god. The device is warning. Forced imprint in. Force an imprint. Maintain eye contact with sensor. Pseudopod begins to tremble. At the same time, you feel something vibrating deep within you. It's the vibration of the earth as a drill passes through your brain. Your double's trembling intensifies as the vibration in your skull turns to genuine physical pain. A white-hot rod of metal passes clean through your skull. Somewhere in the distance, you hear a woman cry out in pain. Finalize an imprint. Do not move. The words burn themselves into your retinas as the device begins to shake.
I once knew a spy.
Imprint complete. Ave Imperio Luminoso, y Gloria a los Caídos. As you pull yourself off the ground, two things become apparent. Your double is gone, and you have an absolutely throbbing headache. The front door slams shut. Operant off script. The situation is serious.
Pseudopod. I just saw him. He's awake. How? Is he all right?
No time.
Out
Nanti
of the
tikung.
door. He was running towards the roundabout.
You turned towards the door without another word.
Chill.
It's 96 now. There is for years.
Ya kalau awal ya, padahal belum tak aktif skillnya. Astagfirullahaladzim.
Congratulations, Hirsch. You're not on your own anymore. That's a question to ask yourself when you're alone at night. Right now, we're talking about business. Pseudopod. He's you, but not you. He's your spin-off, your sequel. Come on, Hirsch. You're saying Iron Pedal 2 wasn't awesome? Sequels mean more lore, the mystique. Even if they're bad, they make the original
sequels
way
mean
cooler
milking.
in comparison.
Sometimes there's an installment so bad that the entire franchise has to be wiped from the collective consciousness.
You've an expansion now, Hirsch. Revel in your success. And budgets.
You pick up the payphones. You step away.
Mana ya? Masa di bot ya? Tak katoan dong.
Don't fuck with me, boat person. The IMEX Bureau won't stand for trade obstruction.
Your pantless double stands before you, weight shifted onto his back leg. The posture is defiant, unconscious, and terribly familiar. A new suit, cut from old cloth. Approach with caution. You don't want to startle him.
I demand to see Tempo. He's expecting 2,000 pairs of state-issued knee-highs. Are you going to help me or not?
Your double seems to have retained the outline of the assignment despite his recent coma. Best to play along.
Opera? The preferred art form of the bourgeois homosexual? What are you insinuating? Trade? Obstruction? Trade agent? Snap out of it. Tell this man about the 4 cubic meters of cohilant cotton Tempo is expecting from us.
He looks at you, frowning. He's taken offense. Is this really you? When operants lose themselves in their own fiction, the only solution is demolition. The Cardenas 2 verbal maneuver. It involves reciting a specific sequence of words that gradually unspool the delusions the operant has wrapped himself in. A successful maneuver should leave the impression of you intact and obliterate whatever residual notions he has of himself.
Melita? Melita?
Melita?
He's deteriorating rapidly.
Please.
Time to detonate a few psychosomatic depth charges.
Those aren't market terms. No, you're not. I'm not dead.
His breathing grows shallow, then intensifies. His hands are pale and shaking. One last push. He sways on quivering legs. His eyes attend, wide.
The opera. The opera. I work for the opera.
A name uttered like some ancient curse.
It's all gone to shit, hasn't it? I fucked it. Again. They set me up, this whole thing. A giant them against me production.
He offers no assistance.
Yeah.
Where your double was just standing, there's nothing. Not even a whiff of performance weave cotton. Lost. Again. You look back over your shoulder, but the boatman has already returned to his own business. The handle turns, but the door is bolted shut. You hear Pseudopod's voice through the door. A panicky monologue with words you can't quite make out. It's you, but from a bad dream. You leave him alone in your locked room. Constans must have a way to get in here.
Cascade, is everything all right upstairs? Pseudopod seemed very distressed when he ran in. He's up there on the phone with Melita now. Oh dear. And I must say, the conversation seemed very odd. How do I... Well, it's a landline, you see. And the way the intercom is wired, it has a nasty habit of picking up on any calls being made at the same time. I buzzed up to check on Pseudopod, and you see...
A grave offence against telephonic communications.
A Rustanian gentleman set it up. I discovered later he cut some corners. Never again. Of course not. I always hang up if I hear you on it. I'm afraid Pseudopod is discussing stagecraft, techniques, former assignments, all quite riveting. But Melita doesn't seem to be enjoying it herself. It's definitely internally secure. Anytime I've overheard something, it's been purely by accident.
Terrible stagecraft across the board. Pseudopod should have caught this while examining the safe house.
Yes, right there. I'll wait here, see if you need any help.
As you press down on the intercom button, a little light comes on.
But that was all supposed to be self-hold. And I shouldn't know what self-hold means, but I do. Self-hold? Why do I know what that means?
It appears the maneuver was successful, although it likely set his training back by a couple of modules.
Right. And where did you say you met Cascade again?
What do you mean? I'm here! And this junior operant you sent me, she's completely insane. Delirious, even. How am I supposed to find forgiveness with people like this?
Tell him there are no small roles, only small attitudes.
For your information, she felt it cool to feed me street drugs and molest me while I was asleep. You were late. I never showed up until now.
An interesting slip.
Cascade, you made it. Hopefully you can clear some of this up.
She's seething. This could go very poorly.
There is nothing to clear up. I've been here the whole time. Unbelievable. The lack of support and direction I've received on this assignment.
Remain calm. Stay on target.
He's hyperventilating. Tell him to focus on his breath.
Melita? Where are you? You need to come and extract me. Now!
Calm down, Pseudopod. We will get to the bottom of this.
Cool, cool. Except by cool, I mean not cool. Who are you people even? What have you done to me?
Cascade, what is going on? You told me that he was zeroed out. This isn't funny, Cascade. What are we?
Requesting backup. This is Operant Cascade. I was dispatched from Novesa. My name is... Melita, do you remember my name?
Your eyes find Constanze's across the counter. Loss. Irreversible and total.
I've held out for as long as I can. There are dark forces at work here. Overwhelming.
Pseudopod, unlock the door. Cascade will be there in a moment.
The line falls silent. Above you, a flurry of footsteps, then the unmistakable crash of a window shattering.
Oh no, that wasn't...
Cascade, I heard glass breaking. What is going on? Don't pretend like nothing's wrong. What have you done?
Remember, you tower above all this.
completely uncalled for. Don't listen to her, Miss Melita. I'll be filing an expense for my window as well.
What? No, don't change the subject, Cascade. Where's Pseudopod? Cascade, find Pseudopod and shut him up. This is the assignment now.
As you turn from the intercom, Constance meets your eye.
That Melita of yours, a bit dramatic, isn't she? And Pseudopod, whatever happened there? He's rather different than when we first met. Almost unpleasant. Understood, Cascade. Only one way he can go from that back window. Party alley. See you.
Your double nods as you approach. From above, Ultravioletta smiles down over him. Kaleidoscope said that this is where he gave him the red disc. All traces of fear gone.
That's her, isn't it? Melita.
Replaced by a different type of affect. Ultravioletta gazes down on you, light bending around her to grace her features. Her smile radiates with impossible warmth. She was his psychopomp. She carried him away from this world.
Melita?
The boy who shouldn't be, looking at the girl you sold. You have a track record to uphold with tying up loose ends. Sort it.
It's odd. It's odd. I wanted to keep running, but she stopped me.
A lullaby of resignation.
She means something. Who is she to me? It's almost as if I know her. Zeroed out? But I'm right here. Although, it doesn't feel like it. Whatever happened, happened to me. Why me?
The prisoner Dante warned you the quality of the device's work was highly variable.
I've often felt that to be the case, but the confirmation does not ease my anxieties. If anything, it makes them harder to cope with. I'm sorry. I really don't understand what's happening. It's like I've been away for a long time.
His steps trace no further back than the first floor of Photo 24.
I thought that this woman must be Mel. Because of the glow. It's how her voice feels inside my head. It makes me stand still. Makes me listen. Only my heart keeps moving. When we speak, I wrap the phone cord around my finger. I like the way it connects us, like a safety tether. I want to feel her close to me. I want to feel her skin against mine. Why do I feel that way?
Another box best left unopened.
I understand, but why are you so cold? It's like you're this way on purpose. Do you even notice?
Leave him to his musings.
Something's wrong with my mind. I feel there's this dark longing following me wherever I go. Then I turn around, and you're there. I'm not supposed to be this way, am I? I'm not supposed to be... Is that it? But how do you know that I'm you? How do you know it's not the other way around? I've been asking myself that over and over, but there's never just one answer. My name is Herschel Wilk. I'm a spy for the opera. I feel that I'm a piece in a game whose rules and end states are incomprehensible. I can feel the hands of the players hovering above my head. Are you like me? Or are you one of them? I haven't decided yet.
2 bullet holes in the third car of the motorcade.
I do, and I can understand why. There is something wrong with me. Are you going to? I understand. If she asked me, I'd do the same. It feels good to be used by her.
Namby-wamby, playtime is over. What your double needs now is mental defibrillation.
What? I don't remember things wrong. I think you remember things wrong. You've got it backwards, Operant. It's you who's me.
Uh-oh.
I thought maybe you would come to this realization on your own, but I see now you're in even worse shape than I feared. It was a mistake to leave you alone. The assignment comes first. I'll lay low in the fog mirror until you come to your senses.
You watch as his bald spot drifts into the purple light toward the fog mirror.
If it isn't the imprint. I prefer Herschel, actually. We'll have to find another name for you, though. I came in here and introduced myself as Herschel. No one better than I. The people have spoken.
It's like watching all the worst parts of yourself bound up in male body, and an ugly one to boot.
Then why are you here? For a not particularly good imprint, you seem very eager to have me on your team. Could it be that in your heart, you already know I am the original? Anyway, what did you want, Imprint Herschel?
And still no pants on him.
I don't see how that's relevant to our assignment. I'm not homeless, Cascade. I'm just waiting for you here because you asked me to. Excuse me? Well, whatever you may have done with me when I was unconscious, you're not doing it anymore. That doesn't mean I'm the imprint. Maybe you caught me sleeping. I said I would help you, didn't I? Everything you do, only better. I was trying to be polite. I'm a professional, fake Herschel. There is no one I can't work with.
It's like asking a child with no experience of the world who they'll work with. He has no frame of reference.
The real question is, can you work with anyone? I guess we'll see. Eagerly awaiting it. I'll be here.
Yesterday there was a curtain of leaves, now simply a tangle of bare limbs. On the ground, a pool of golden tears. Yellow leaves swell about your feet. You turn back to the ginkgo tree. Its branches spread into many futures. If you had time, you might count them. The naked branches seem like a mass of fingers pointing in every possible direction. Swells of dye runoff slide over the surface of one of the most polluted waterways in the developed world. Nevertheless, there are those who make their home there. Tuk-tuks patter about in an endless cycle, their drivers indifferent to the reminders of the district's halcyon days. Past the Hill of Pigs, beyond the outlying neighborhoods, the city gives way to the desolate stretch known as the Peatall Tract. Party Alley gives way to Orphanage Street, easy to miss if you aren't looking for it, and all the better for keeping secrets. The bare branches sway gently. The rest of the world goes about its business. The days are gone. Only hours remain. The fallen leaves crunch gently beneath your feet. The day crumples into dusk. You pick up the payphone. The dolphin doesn't poke back. You step away from...
Don't make eye contact. I can't. Don't worry.
Yeah, the Habamo is cool if you know what you're looking for.
Thank fuck.
You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you.
People's Trade Bureau, Novesta's office. The leaves have fallen, Cascade. This better be critical. Until next time, trade agent.
The receiver clicks back into play. You step away. The bed welcomed. The stillness of the room quietens your... Raw information atomizes itself.
Cascade. Tomorrow. So that means you got everything in order. Plot, tools, squad. We need to go through it, for the records.
For your pomegranate red folder, she means. Material for future reviews, case studies, and post-mortems.
Ready when you are. To your chosen four then. Let's start with the easy one. You, Cascade. You will be knight errant.
To assemble and guide the rest.
Your cupbearer?
To stand by you, absolutely.
Who the hell is Kaleidoscope?
A long silence on the other end of the line. He's already turned once. He could just as easily do it again. That's assuming it's a legitimate defection, and not a double bluff from a vastly superior operant. The man has nowhere else to go. There is no one better for the assignment.
Kaleidoscope it is then. You're astronomist?
To reflect things in a different light. You hear the faint crack of pen hitting desk, and a slow intake of breath.
Again with Miho. I won't be writing that down. Lastly, you're full?
For a reason known only to the knight errant.
You're zeroed out double. You're serious. Sounds like a management challenge, but somehow this is what the opera intended. So that's knight errant, Cascade, cupbearer, Kaleidoscope, astronomist, Holocene, and fool, Pseudopod.
The names feel heavy, irreversible, marked in blood for offering.
You can't possibly expect me to offer an opinion on this Kaleidoscope. I've only just learned of his existence. Holocene and Pseudopod are a conceptual gamble, but one that could pay off greatly. But this is not my squad, Cascade. If these are the people you want by your side, then I would call it a good lineup.
Masane ko po. Ano? No.
Yes. What have you found out?
This good to make a visit like a soy. Pacal pam apa pacal pam hijau situ ya? Pacal rumah hijau atau pacal pam? Pagal pacal sing enak iku. Jadi ini.
Good. Very good, operant. This is a lot to work with. Hold on. The guard detail. What do we know about it? The head of the Weeping Eye is there?
Oh,
in
that
Port of
Weeping Eye.
Leo?
Stopped in her tracks.
Yes, that matches our own analysis. I wonder... Cascade, something about this doesn't smell right. It makes me think... Well, forget it. We've committed to this line of action. Nothing left but to see it through.
Oh, sampai kalian terjadi, guys.
Here's my recommendation. Tomorrow morning, you, Pseudopod, and Holocene will travel to the war criminal shrine by aerotram, as early as you can manage. Kaleidoscope will follow later, on the same tram as the Lich and his entourage.
Stuck in a metal box moving at 55 kilometers per hour in close proximity to the enemy. No way to call him back up. No way to jump out. You only know it's gone wrong when a body shows up on the other side, punctured and bloody.
Once the Lich's aerotram has arrived, rendezvous with your two and plan your next moves. We're going to need a lot of imagination to pull this off. If this is a ritual, there must surely be rites to perform. With luck, you may even catch the Lich unattended, though I wouldn't count on it. Right. You managed to procure a gun at least. Good, so that's covered. Anything else on the subject of tools? You mean the 30-year-old opera bomb that's set to detonate to a novelty rock song? That bomb? For a while it played at the dance clubs when it was time to leave. I remember it came on once when I was making out with this girl from Lavendi. Anyway, I believe the aerotrams in Portofino have jukeboxes in them. If you were insane, I suppose you could rig one of them to play the disc. There is something classic about the gun and the bomb. In the old days, operants used to call it the sword and spellbook. How? I thought that was supposed to be impossible. If I recall, the aerotrams there have jukeboxes in them. I suppose you could rig one of them to play it, but I don't know, Cascade.
Hesitation in her voice.
Not a very comforting thing to hear at this juncture, but it's your assignment. And what's that got to do with anything? I'm happy for you, friend. Very good.
A heavy silence falls over the line.
There'll be no getting out of Portofino by plane. The phones won't be safe any longer either. I can get you a boat. It's a signals vessel, part of the network that makes your magic box work. It's small. There'll be just enough space for you on board. There's a relay buoy in the Noscorentes, international waters. It's secure and safe. Call me when you reach it, and we'll discuss next steps. A highly original thesis, also completely irrelevant now. Luck and skill, operant.
8 kurang seperempat.
A click in your ear, a moment of silence, then the familiar hum, somehow more empty than the silence.
Benar.
Cascade? Good morning.
Woven sweater, triple bands around the wrists and neck. Fine.
A persona. A local pelota player. A lot of sports people harbor extreme political views.
He looks down at the ground and shifts his feet.
Alira untung turun mak. Mau biar kelihatan. Okay.
He reaches out to take the ball, a trembling wonder to his lower lip.
How did you know to bring this? Thank you. This means a lot to me.
He pockets the ball and looks away, unable to meet your gaze. He clears his throat, tapping the ground self-consciously with his studded shoes.
Well, I spoke to Holocene in the fog mirror. I don't think he likes me. I didn't think people could tell. Oh. I wanted to say also, something's been bothering me about Kaleidoscope. He mumbled an apology to me, but I don't know what for. He seems very professional. Who is we? But I do want to be professional. This is my only chance. There is a book? First I'm hearing of this. Do you have a copy on you? I haven't the time, and I've learned all this about Pelota. Yes. Could we chat? I haven't been here for very long. It would be nice. I'm an operant too. Yeah.
Cascade, we shouldn't really be talking mid-assessment, but given our personal history, I'll allow it this once.
Your former double readjusts his luminous visor, and smooths over his dark mass of hair with a practiced hand. To no avail.
I would say conceptually intriguing, operationally dire. The existential threat is adrift in theater. It looks like an elongated toddler. Color me dubious. He's Cascade, with the serial numbers filed off. The man's wearing a pink hoodie emblazoned with a children's entertainer.
Oh God, he's wearing merch in theater.
I'm aware. Female pop stars are primarily aimed at children and sexually defunct middle-aged men.
Yeah.
I wonder where that leaves our new ally. Miho will be taking your squad composition into account, too. You also keep it up. Miho is watching.
Hello, mijita. We'll be opening up soon. Let me know if I can help you with anything in the meantime.
The woman behind the counter sucks on the straw of a large plastic cup with a ferocious-looking cartoon wolf topper. Red, black, terror. She sips upon Her Majesty, Tyrant Wolf. Red-eyed, cloaked in black with a huge spiked pauldron on one shoulder, the plastic wolf leans on a double-headed axe. She's older than the other wolves, but no less powerful. No trust, no mercy. Her heart's petrified in her chest, a stony remnant of everything she left behind to stay alive. There's something furtive in her eyes, a hunted quality that feels wrong to see in a predator. She wants to nuzzle, but she is too proud, too tyrannical.
Of course. You stand before the first permanent structure built in Portofino by the Illuminated Empire. The main shrine is dedicated to Canopus. Additional shrines have been built around the core to commemorate the deathless heroes of the Lucian people.
Supplementary propaganda, lovingly committed to memory.
In total, there are 66 patriots enshrined here, from the earliest captains of the Lucian Armada to figures from more recent history.
66, like the wolves.
You're a 66 Wolves fan. My stepdaughter is obsessed. And yes, isn't it clever? Lucian shows are so good at weaving history into their stories.
It's suddenly clear why, of all of their programming, the Lusians seem so eager to push the cartoon through the cultural blockade.
Wrong. This hill is joint Lucian Portofiran territory, as per the Historical Properties and Heritage Site Agreement of 83. It is a symbol of mutual peace and understanding, and it always has been. Yes, a hill of peace and understanding. You know how it is. You wake up one morning and it's like, what have I been doing with my life?
Don't even think about it. Too late. The assignment calls.
Well, I came over from Luz in the 70s, and I realized, you know, I'd really missed it. So I started visiting the shrine to pray and think and reconnect. One day, the old shrine maiden dropped dead in front of me, and I took that as a sign. That makes sense. Death is never very far from a true calling.
She smiles at you again, but
Ah,
her
gitu.
eyes are cold.
Ya, tidak simpel.
War criminals. People love that phrase. Racist, inhumane, atrocity. Do these words actually mean anything? What's a fascist, anyway?
A fascist is... Fuck. It's hard to put into words easily, isn't it?
Is that what they tell you in your state-sponsored propaganda? You need to learn to form your own opinions, mijita.
Nonsense. Superblock Media recently celebrated its 50th anniversary of declaring itself propaganda-free.
Why are you here if you have a problem with the shrines?
Continue to downplay your beliefs.
With flying colors, I should think. Happy to be of educational service.
The shelves behind her are populated with postcards, refrigerator magnets, plastic picture frames, and a lone snow globe. Souvenirs, yes. Good point. Are you really going to return to Melita, arms swinging? That's big picture stuff. Important, sure. But she will also expect some nice little thing that you picked out for her. Souvenirs are nothing but pressure.
Beautiful, isn't it?
She fastens her hands around the orb and turns it upside down. Hundreds of tiny ginkgo leaves swirl around the miniature shrine within. There's even a little tram station.
But flawed. See the main shrine?
The flurry of ginkgo leaves settles, tumbling down the plastic landscape to reveal a clear view of the shrine at the top of the mountain. Looks like a shrine, faces carved into mountain.
The deathless heroes, silly. There aren't any. Look at the carvings on the mountainside. No features, just faces.
A shrine to possibility. A shrine, perhaps, to right now.
Yes. And there's a little sculpture with this little chisel just climbing up those little stairs, ready to carve all the little deathless heroes into the rock.
She can't understand. This snow globe is a totem of hope. A dream capsule, a sacred wish which may never come true and might not even be real, but can at least be held. Make it yours. She reaches out to guard the globe. Her nails scratch against your knuckles.
Display only, not for sale.
No.
She opens a drawer, seals the snow globe into the darkness within, and smiles. Cheap plastic, in varying sizes. None of them contain a picture within.
It's traditional to leave a photograph at Canopus' shrine. The frames are just a medium for the offering. Canopus is the star of aging, wisdom, death. It guides us through the passage of our lives, always with us, even when we're alone or gone. It isn't really an unlucky star like some people say, just a somber one.
Images spin past as you turn the rack. A map of the city during the annexation period. A chain gang of cartoon prisoners above the caption, "Hard time is a good time in Portofino."
We have stamps as well. One for every deathless hero.
The plastic is cool in your hand, still a little wet from the morning mist, printed with an image of a long aircraft carrier. The Berdarah-darah, Iron War Queen of the Lusian Naval Fleet.
Oh yes, the most war of all ships. Isn't she lovely? Because it is. A shining feat of engineering.
Thousands of tons of steel, hundreds of sailors inside, guns and missiles and torpedoes, and yet somehow still buoyant. A miracle, a marvel.
Interested? She's on offer.
There it is. This is Melita all over. Bring this back to her. The spoils of war. So will she.
A good choice. It'll add an air of real majesty to any fridge. Of course. Can I interest? Enjoy your visit.
Cascade. Right. That would be preferable.
One of his socks slips a little on his thigh. He hoists it back up.
I've been wondering, what do you think Pseudopod would be doing if he was here? The real one. Right. Yeah. Cool to the marrow.
He paws the ground with his shoes.
After this, will I go back with you?
Like a stray dog.
Yeah. You and me. Or you and you. We'll be the perfect team. What do you mean? Is that why you brought me?
Pseudopod stares at you for a long time.
Our masters demand a sacrifice. Perhaps I'll be able to strike first if I'm close enough. Ready, Cascade?
He holds out his hand, a look of harrowed determination settling across his face. He lets out a choked sigh before dropping his hand to his side.
Of course. Lead on.
The tram lines creak and crackle above you as the carriage lumbers into view, stained with mist.
Janggal banget.
Cascade. Right.
One of his...
I've been wondering, what do you think? Right.
He paused.
After the...
Like a stray dog.
Yeah. You and me. Or by our powers combined, we may finally uncover and even overthrow whatever council truly governs the arcane field of global espionage. Ready, Cascade?
He holds out his hand. He lets out a...
Of course.
The tram lines creak and crackle above you as the carriage lumbers into view.
The tram's here. We should split up.
Lagi siapa?
Embedded in the tram's back wall, a cracked plastic dome encases a single disc, surrounded by empty slots. The lock that was holding it closed has been bashed, broken. Someone's done the hard part for you. The way is open. A cultural maneuver from the president of the tram company, who incidentally has been missing for the last 2 months. Teenagers no longer have to bring their own music to play obnoxiously loud. Privatization has provided the means of sonic production for them. Don't worry, you're about to bring it back, in style. Music for Trams, Volume 7. Not even the teenage ransackers had any use for it. You recognize the name on the disc. Eloisa Alba, from the weaponized boredom section of Petra's music stall. In other words, free jazz. The damage is mostly surface level. The obvious mutilation of the dome and theft of the discs. The graffiti scratched into the plastic. Beneath that, the machinery is intact. Its body has been broken, but its soul lives on. It will do for your purposes. The plastic dome lifts easily. Its shattered locks jangle as it rises. Now that you're actually here, you see every detail of your plan up to this point with new eyes. Time to select the Song of Death, or the many songs of death. You can always decide on the most fitting one when the time comes. If it comes. Better to be prepared. If you have only one choice, you have zero choice. The jukebox isn't going anywhere. Beyond the auditorium doors, you hear whispers from the waiting crowd. He gazes at you from below the hood of a pink ultraviolet hoodie. A grown man in a pink hoodie should be laughable, and yet...
I gave you my word, Bucko. I abide by the transfer rules. Reyes was definitely on this tram, flanked by a slack-jawed techno entourage. They all disembarked and headed for the shrine. 5, including Reyes. Most of them are secret police. I recognize them from the secret treaty Advance Guard. But Cascade... one of the entourage was a man I've never seen before.
Your cupbearer tenses for a moment, then gives you a single, solemn nod.
Upstairs, all of them sat together around that table, which I found a touch odd.
Because no one ever sits near him on public transport. Nonce vibes.
Because usually security entourages prefer to cover off threats, not press their backs to the proverbial wall.
The bomb twitches in its casing. Place it on the luggage rack on the lower floor. Point up, cross fingers. The antithesis of a professional spy. They'll never see it coming. Don't forget the trigger, the song.
Woman with red hair, on edge, pacing. A man with short red hair and an ill-advised monocle. Another with a heavy black jacket. Then there's the Lich himself and the man I've never seen before. Large, bald, wearing odd glasses.
Isn't it a treat to work with an actual professional? What fun.
As for weapons, I counted 3 firearms at least. Pretty safe to assume they are all armed. Cascade, please. We are both pros here. Do me the courtesy of assuming they didn't. Then yes, I'm sure. My stagecraft shouldn't be our primary concern based on the rest of this squad. Well, let's take stock. Besides you and I, you've managed to muster up a man whose brain should be mush and a dangerously paranoid social recluse. I see. Sometimes you have to cut your coat with the cloth on hand. Regardless, if it kicks off as you say, I suspect you and I will be doing a lot of heavy lifting.
He may try and shoot you again.
Cascade, I don't know why you are still going on about this. It was a perfectly placed warning shot. My aim is impeccable. Do you have a signal in mind? To kick off. This zero outside has a single exit. This aerotram. We need some kind of unifying signal if we find ourselves backs to wall.
You should let this very competent man lead the assignment from here on out.
But we want the timing in our favor, not theirs. Could I suggest the jukebox? If we can't see each other, for instance, nothing like a song to rally the core for a final charge.
He motions to the music player beside you, wedged awkwardly into the space behind the back seats. Once more, the bomb quivers in anticipation.
Well, of course. If I had my choice of angel to play me out, it would be her. Long live the opera, or whatever the catchphrase is. That place, also historically accurate. Bon courage, bucko.
Not gonna be leaving for a while. Sorry. Special schedule today.
She takes short puffs on her pipe, like she's trying to make it last. Is she in on this? Paid off, threatened, fanatical?
Sure.
You smoke in companionable silence. The blue smoke from her pipe and your cigarette mingle. What is the plan here, operant? Make it brief then. Your quarry's already on the move.
Not much. Installation wasn't cheap either. It was a cool idea. Of course, most of them had the shit kicked out of them within a month.
The only reason the one on this tram is still functional is because it's the quietest route on the line.
Did you have something you wanted to hear? People either forget it's there, or just play whatever's already in the machine. But sometimes when there's no one on, I play my own music the whole way down.
You imagine her crumpled and dead from a stray bullet. Blood running down the front of her mirrored sunglasses. Good. If she's bullet fodder, then she won't be able to distract you anymore.
What? Like to pray? Never been up there, actually. To be honest, the place just gives me a bad feeling. Eerie-like. You mean aside from the diplomatic delegation? Because you don't see that every day. There was a guy in a pink sweatshirt that kept asking me if we had any ultraviolet discs. I had to tell him they'd all been stolen about 3 times before it seems to have sunk in.
Even mid-assignment, the Tyrant Queen holds his heart in her hands.
No. A shame there's not much to see. If there's a traffic jam, or a fire or something big like that, sure. There's people up here to watch too. And I keep a book under my seat for the really slow days.
Whatever book she's working her way through at the moment, it will remain unfinished. How is this useful, Cascade? Are you gaining anything from her that you really need?
This is the quietest route on the line. I'd say it's dull, but beats the Keysack route. On a normal day, every hour on the hour. Today the guy with the funny glasses is in charge of the timetable. He'll tell me when they're ready to head back down.
The Lich isn't the one giving the order to leave. That's odd.
That's odd.
Excellent lore. Definitely useful. Now let's stub out and go. If she survives, she will be the first to be interrogated, and they will make an example of her.
Kucing itu lagi.
Wilderness has gradually crept over the shrine, like the earth is trying to pull it out of sight. The facade bears many wounds, chipped stone, deep gouges, a mask of red spray paint. Death to strange cousins. What to tackle first? You grip the plants where they meet the ground and tug them from the earth. Soon there's a small pile of uprooted stems and leaves lying next to the shrine. The name on the plinth revealed. Adria Hector Rigor, Admiral. You curl your fingernails underneath the green vegetal softness, separating rhizoids from stone. You manage to clear the very front of the idol's head before your nail beds begin to sting, plant matter catching against the delicate skin. Your rubbing doesn't do much to the idol's already worn face, only stirring up motes of dust in the afternoon sun. You stand back and admire your handiwork. While it has been cleared of its vegetal conqueror, it is not without damage. Acid rain and thrown rocks have left pockmarks in the granite. Though time and neglect have taken a toll, it's only been here for about half a century. From what you can see, the rest on this hill have been maintained, albeit to different degrees. This one seems to have been intentionally overlooked. Already, it seems the overgrowth is plotting its next invasion as you retreat. Hundreds of faces glance or gaze out from the photo frames gathered at the statue's base. This shrine is dedicated to Canopus, pride of Carina, star of aging, wisdom, and death. Despite its reputation as an unfortunate star, every Lusian is taught to rely on Canopus above all others. You tuck the papers between 2 frames, partly obscuring the man's ancient face. One eye stares out at you. All the stars say, too late. The full spectrum of human age and emotion is laid out before you. Disordered, entropic. 300 tiny windows, ghost hands tapping on the glass. Imagined murmurings from the gathered, nervous back and forths about what you might have planned.
Kok iso barang sakmono
You
diuncalno lho.
gaze at the statue rising above its static congregation of true believers. You have no one behind you, yet still you find the words. This seems to get the star's attention. You feel a subtle gathering of light across your form. Curious, questioning. Who are you? An envoy of the Shadow War. Hello, Cascade, comes the faint reply. We've never seen you around before. Your words, though muttered, ripple across the photo frames. The faces in the photo frames hold their breath. Light shimmers across the statue's surface. Go on, Cascade, it seems to say. Speak. A cloak of luminance. The prayer for the core has been transmitted. For now, silence is the response. The faces in the frames are forced to watch you go.
Does it make you feel powerful to live so many lives in sequence and in parallel? The rest of us live only once, but you seem to always get to try again, as many times as you want, free of consequence. You are reality's beloved. No matter how many times you get yourself crushed by a vending machine or tossed down an ancient silo, they bring you back for more. This run. Why don't you try facing reality, like the rest of us?
If there are parallel yous out there, then life becomes merely probabilistic. You cease to be you, and become nothing but a point somewhere in a graph of what you might be, but never are. A shadow existence, a purgatorial condition of unrealized possibility.
Exhilarating freedom. The satisfaction of knowing you face the corrupt and transitory world with absolute integrity. Also, bonuses to your red checks. Excruciatingly hard. You make choices and then you live with them. You can't just go running back to your saves every time you say something stupid or miss a court date. Time to toss that old shit in the bin. Become a traitor to the metaphysical class. Hurl yourself into this reality, to the exclusion of all others. Already death becomes more frightening. Life more vivid.
Sulaiman. Iya, awake aku kan ben kono. Kok sing iki ya?
Hey,
Check this out.
Sacrophobe coat. The out-of-towner Kurt told you about.
Yeah, thanks. Look here, though.
A large horned beetle migrates the landscape of tempered glass. Its carapace sparkles deep green.
Nice.
Well-built, Lusian accent over large coat. Strategically positioned beside the phone. He's one of the Lich's guards.
Very cool horns.
For a long moment, the two of you gaze at the beetle as he staggers around his patch of glass. As you watch, another beetle emerges onto the glass. White, dusty, three horns in the center of its head. It marches toward the
Lalu
forest.
terobsesi ambil paket.
Look, this one comes with purpose. We're lucky. They're here to dwell.
He elbows you softly, grins.
20 soul on the white one. What say you? I like his walk. Confident. Here to kill.
The man whistles a short, bright tune.
That's his fight song. Go ahead. What do you think he wants?
He's caught scent of the challenger and is standing his ground. Dignified, his green antlers raised in acceptance of the fight. DJ Cascade, can you get those antennae in the air? Nobody ever sang you a lullaby, but you remember one from a TV show about nice people. The beetle seems to relax.
Shit fight song. Sounded sleepy. I'm going to win. Hmm? If you insist, fine.
The beetles advance, locking their horns together and rotating their prehensile skulls to get better purchase.
See that? Green has the stronger spirit. You messed up.
The white beetle maneuvers itself beneath the green, destabilizing its stance. 3 of its legs wiggle in the air helplessly.
No. Come on, little brother.
The white beetle pushes forward, legs trembling with effort.
Come on, Green. Believe in yourself.
Despite you, the green beetle regains his footing, backs out of the other's grasp, and sends it careening through the air.
He was airborne. Now, where is my 20? Nice. Good game.
The beetle raises his head towards you. He champs his oversized mandibles in pleasure, then marches resolutely out.
Farewell, shiny champion. Yes, very nice. Thank you for checking it out. Look. Just look.
A large,
Nice.
well-built, Lusian act.
It is a beetle, Coleoptera. There are many more of them than of... Which would you rather fight, 1,000 him or 1 you? They mean us no harm.
As you walk,
Look,
he elbowed.
20 soul on the white. Yes, very.
The vending machine hums as if it were in prayer. The can makes a pleasant thunk as it lands. You turn away.
Macam-macam semuanya.
The receiver awaits your hand. The receiver.
Fascinating things are happening. If you know where to look. I am reading it.
Head bowed, one hand raised and held against the statue in front of her. The woman in the military coat murmurs softly. The posture suggests prayer, but a violent one. Every muscle clenched and quivering.
Severidad, embriágame de vuestra fuerza, alumbra, y vuestra visión. Yes?
On the statue, a smear of fresh blood from her hand. Open cut on dirty stone.
Of course I am. Cut myself even. Rock's sharper than it looks.
That stone is smooth. She did it to herself.
Why does this matter to you?
In the silence, her movements quicken, twitches and spasms, a hammering foot. Her costume is a stylized but unemblazoned piece of Lusian military history. Most likely a mid-rank weeping eye asset.
Well?
Ayah mana, Bu?
The silence lies very heavy between you. The air quivers alongside her movements.
Are you planning on just standing there?
Though she speaks fluent Illuminado, she's not Lusian. A creature in perpetual movement, she quivers in her place, waiting, yet unable to wait. Maybe a neurodegenerative thing. Someone had to help her get dressed, probably.
The only worthwhile location in this city. One problem. I despise coming here. The jail's been governed by the inmates.
An offhand reference to Portofiro's colonial past. She stares at you, jaw thrust forwards. A fighter's chin.
I am from one of the liberated territories. St. Olvin, the tenantries.
Same place those old pilots came from. Different reality. For a moment, her stare turns nowhere.
The old tenantries were exactly like Portofiro. Content in their own decay. Unambitious. Stagnant. The Imperio Illuminado liberated us from that. What choice did they have? There was a folktale that people used to tell in the tenantries. About when the Agorans tried to conquer St. Olvin 500 years ago. The story goes that the Agorans captured St. Olvin within a day. The locals didn't even put up any resistance. But the conquest failed, because though you could easily kill the islanders, there was no threat or prize that could compel them to work. They were too lazy to be worth colonizing, in their own words. Remember, this is their national origin story, a source of their pride. This place is no better. A tepid version of the same degenerate ethos. And we are not obnoxious anymore. The fires of Lusian discipline tempered us. It is very good for me. Also, don't touch me again. Enough about everything.
believe this is where I'm supposed to offer you a deal.
And somewhere beyond them, the shores of the Luz. The moment crystallizes, the world is empty save for you and your enemy. He's identical to his body double. A clean haircut and a good night's rest are all that separate his face from that of the man you killed a few days ago.
Whatever you want. Money, advanced techno secrets, forgiveness.
As he attempts to straighten himself, he lists to one side, like a wounded battlecruiser. He could pass for a simple drunk, waiting around for his off-license to open.
That's fine. I've got nothing to offer anyway. Nothing. Apart from this limp warning. No matter what happens, there will be no parades for your deeds here today.
Stoic drunk, tourniquet in the slur with sheer concentration.
Good. When they eventually make a movie out of all this, you and I will be left on the cutting floor. Better that way, I think. My name is Dante Augustino. My title is Assistant to the Minister of Mass Culture. But really, I'm the Minister's body double.
Dante, could it have been Tempo's message? All will be forgiven if you pull this off.
Your purpose is to kill me, and my purpose is to die. I know my lines. Have you memorized yours? Dad? Oh, irony of ironies. The man you killed was Facundo Reyes, Minister of Mass Culture for the Imperio Iluminado. I'm just his poor after-image.
What? In spite of you, the knowledge slips into its natural niche in your brain. Common sense, inevitable in retrospect.
You do believe me. That's right. A series of twists, turns, and dead ends, all for the amusement of monsters. Pretty sick, wouldn't you say? Of course, it also makes this little tete-a-tete somewhat superfluous. What to do about that? While you're mulling the matter of my fate, there's just one thing I've been wondering. Where does the Weeping Eye find killers both disposable and professional? Ah, now that's a good line. You should use that. If anyone asks, tell them you came up with it yourself. Oh, sure, absolutely. I've established that my role is to die. But what about you?
Your gun suddenly feels heavy. Or is it your hand that feels weak? It's hardly news. The opera did not drag you back into the field to live a long and productive life.
And what about them? Have they accepted it as well?
Kaleidoscope. Holocene. Pseudopod. Prison, torture, madness, and death. A variety of fates, and history repeating itself.
No, I don't. I don't recognize them. Perhaps the Weeping Eye got themselves a new set of goons. Excuse me? Please, This is unbecoming of both of us. Here you are weighing the pros and cons of summary execution, and you're talking to me about giant shrimp? Don't you see it?
Seeing something beyond or absent from his immediate surroundings.
Why, you're the officiant. The priest, willing or not. It seems like a contradiction, doesn't it? Must be more trained killers in the world than I've imagined. Or maybe I overestimate the Weeping Eye's commitment to quality.
Weeping Eye.
He seems to be perplexed by his own question.
By the way, what is that? 9mm? Are you sure that's enough?
His mouth opens, but then closes again.
But then, who is it you think you are with?
No sense in lying at this point.
Neither will you, from the sound of it. Okie dokie then. Free?
He blinks rapidly and nods as the concept sinks in.
Good luck for what's coming. I hope I never meet you again.
It's only when he starts running that you realize how inebriated he truly is. A solitude descends upon the shrine as the body double disappears from your sight. You are left alone with the city beyond you and your enemies gathering like a storm behind.
It's 96 now. For a year.
Congratulations, you fell for the attractive What you feel? You desire the red and black coffee because you see the What you
You won, Jeff.
That's what the whole fucking thing. Pretty. We are. It is not your.
There's no point. If prayer worked, even if the stars do see you, you think they'll care?
Hold fast. Guard yourself against those who would test you. This is the...
Why not call? Exactly the point. Looks like you're on your twinkle.
question before.
It, right.
In their final luck and skill cascade, you will need both.
Dull the blade and unsteady the hand. The Great Cascade makes her appearance at last.
Before you, a heavy-set form flanked by 2 minions. His eyes are scattered into the insectoid ovals of his 6-lens spectacles, his lips pursed in irritation. The man Kaleidoscope has never seen before. The High Conjurer. The old man you spared lies dead at his feet.
You did, just as you were directed to.
They were waiting for him, like they're waiting for you.
And now you're in the care of the Weeping Eye.
His voice, the tonality, like a shadow creeping up the wall.
And you're the operant called Cascade. Nice to be on the same page. Now, let's catch up with your friends.
Down the hill, your squad mates are being hustled onto the waiting tram amidst a small group of passengers. Nowhere to be seen. He must be on the tram already. Glance into you, meet in your eye, mouth in something. Too quick, too distant. He disappears from your line of sight. Arguing with his captor about a non-existent pelota game he's going to be late for. Committed hilt deep to his cover. There they go. Your people. Constitutes the single greatest operational catastrophe in the Operant Bureau's history. Thud, thud, thud. The secret police of your heart are kicking down doors again.
Unusually clear-eyed. Fine, fine.
The composed man moves quickly, rough hands across your body. He whispers something as he unceremoniously disarms you.
Exeunt. Curtain down. Look, the audience have already made for the exits.
He takes one last glance around, then turns to his minions.
Come on then, if we miss this tram, it'll be an hour before the next one.
Perhaps someone should go down and check on Boris and Irina.
They'll be all right. Irina didn't seem any more agitated than usual.
Meanwhile, the head of the Weeping Eye has been watching you. You see your face reflected back 6 times in his sextuple lenses.
There's something I've been meaning to ask, Operant. How did you earn your name? Was it just assigned to you at random? Or was it chosen with purpose? I would love the chance to debrief a real opera controller. Unfortunately, it's been a very long time since we took one alive and intact.
Assignment compromised. Rating catastrophic. The day is lost. Time. You need time. Keep them engaged. Keep your eyes open. Every moment you breathe is a victory.
I only ask because there is one thing that's been bothering me. A niggling matter I was hoping you might clear up. My name. More precisely, that name the opera has seen fit to bestow on me.
A barely perceptible edge to the way he says.
No, operant, I don't.
A wince. You've got under his skin. Just slightly.
A good name has to suit the role, don't you think? The Grand Lich, I understand. Facundo worked hard to cultivate a certain mystique with his body doubles and so forth. It's my horrible burden to look into the hearts of humanity and weigh their contents. There's nothing cool about it. But 100-eyed golem? I don't know what to think of it as a name.
I think it's the eyes. There should be more of them.
Maybe that's it. It's just not that many eyes when you consider the magnitude of my burden.
This is good. Keep him talking. The jukebox. Signal. Fighting chance.
Too obvious, though, now that you say it out loud. Not exactly expansive either.
It also sounds like a penis.
The airport, naturally. Happily enough, we're booked on the same flight. Don't worry, the arrangements are being made as we speak. There's an unlisted flight waiting to take us back to Cicatriz Frontera. We'll arrive by sunset.
If you're lucky, you may be able to catch the cupolas glittering as we descend.
Perhaps the last such aesthetic experience you'll have.
A very, very small room. That's right. And in that room, a very small desk. And on that desk, a new script. You feature heavily.
He glances out the window. The city-state of Portofino blurs somewhere beneath you. Its people blur with it. Some look up as the oldest aero tramline in the city shudders high above them. A bird without wings.
And that brings us at last to your role. The doomed opera assassin.
The only thing to hand is intimidation. They know you, but they don't know what you're capable of. Unsteady them. Zero yourself out as soon as possible. You are high up. Defenestration is viable. Lie. Draw it out. Time is not yet your enemy. The 4 words come clean and sharp, like the flick of a blade. The men around the table glance at each other.
That's very good. That should play nicely in front of the cameras.
Never gets tired of what, though? I don't understand.
Unsettled.
But you're not winning, are you?
Got one.
It's good that you're already inhabiting your role. The depraved opera assassin, murderer of our own Minister of Mass Culture.
The Imperialists are shaping new realities while you sit and do nothing.
What a tragedy. That poor Facundo relied on us for his protection, and in his moment of dire need, we were nowhere to be found. Massive fucko on our part. Please, operant, explain the joke. Deranged figments of a mind corroded by post-historical materialism.
The mind plays strange tricks on the dying. She may have no memory of what she's done.
Your Grand Lich, our Minister for Mass Culture, was just shot by a depraved opera assassin. That would be you.
Dread, realizing itself as vomit rising up the back of your throat. Could these be the sensitive, invisible fingers you've always felt, hovering darkly above your days?
A shame that you flinched at the critical moment. Fortunately, we were on hand to keep the performance moving. A movie, yes. An overlong documentary, 4 or 5 parts, I'd expect.
Behind the man's gaze, the world turns against you.
In a few hours, we'll be in Cicatriz Frontera. There will be state media and propagandists from across the Imperio Iluminado waiting to record your arrival. They'll expect a more convincing performance than what you managed up at the shrine. Max will make sure your camera ready.
The composed man nods and gives you a sad smile.
Your show trial will be compulsory viewing, I expect. The finale and the live executions will be a public holiday across the Illuminated Empire.
What about your friends? The dialectical counterforce. The only ones you've ever truly known to be on your side. The cable groans overhead. A pensioner in a tracksuit coughs into his elbow. Further back, a trim young woman laughs, hanging on her friend's arm.
Go ahead. It's good to make sure you've got your backstory down. You're right. I want nothing to do with the developed world and its degenerates. Anonymous imprints were meant to transcend the cesspool of the now, not go dipping our cocks in it. But Facundo has his own ideas. Cultural victory. Pop music, space concerts. Ugh.
Something about the way he says the name, Facundo. He's taken aback for a sliver of an instant. Point to the opera.
You misunderstand. In another world, Facundo and I might have... But there was something in him. A sign of psychogenetic drift. We both knew it would always come to this.
There are times, even now, when he wonders whether the drift is actually within him. A secret tide pulling him even further from himself.
Facundo knew as well as I do that it's the role that matters, not so much the body that feels it. Now, man and role are both dead. I'm sure your controllers will be doubly pleased. It warms my ancient heart to hear someone say that, but sadly, our collaboration is coming to an end. Yes, 91, wasn't it? We rolled up a good few that year. It started with a girl, if I recall.
I remember her very well. Hayato was the surname. She was spying on her own father.
At your direction, of course. Her father was head of a secret dream study receiving MTER funding.
We did terrible things to that girl in 91. At the same time, she carried herself well. She never gave us your name.
91. I'd just gotten married.
If memory serves, apart from the Carabinero, there was very little interesting about your friends. I ordered them set loose. I'd say my judgment's proven prescient. Without your friends, would you even be here?
The head of the Weeping Eye looks at you for a long moment. He reaches into his coat.
Right. Now that the formal part is out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff.
He fudged something heavy on the table in front of you. A deck of weathered black cards.
Here? You sure?
We still have a ways until we reach Centro. Let's get to know each other a little bit.
To your left and right, his goons about their eyes.
Entreaty.
Ancient Lusian game of divination. Uses a unique deck of cards not seen elsewhere. Turn the fascist superstitions against him.
You are the focus. Nothing else is necessary. I will play the ogre, the star's chosen mouth. You'll be the querent. This first card will help us see what you're made of.
He lays the top card up right before you. His face shows a needle grin suspended behind a glowing lure. An anglerfish. One can only betray friends. The traitor has many.
The traitor, empathy and charisma are its marks. This card indicates leadership, trust, predation. Cavalier phrases are one of the traitor's unfortunate symptoms. The card sees your power over others.
He shuffles the deck, then lays 2 cards side by side on the table.
Second, for what you have made of your life, choose one only.
The prism. You turn the card in your hand to find another severed at the wrist. A single droplet of water dangles from the tip of its index finger.
The prism, it scatters light, degrades it so that our meager sight organs might comprehend its truth. What do you see in it? Another ritual, another sacrifice. There's truth in pain. In some cases, ecstatic revelation.
Recall the case of Operant Duty, who was tortured so effectively by the Weeping Eye that he began to reveal the secrets of his captors.
The world often shares its wonders with those least able to comprehend them. One of its cruel ironies.
He shuffles his deck and places 3 more cards carefully on the table.
Third, for your now.
You flip the card. Its face shows an acrobat, naked to the waist, performing a sword-swallowing trick. His chest is burned through to reveal a flaming blade inside. Funny name, difficult trick. This is about training.
The clown. The cards commend you your discipline. You have a pocket full of tricks at your disposal. Too bad I've got more. So this is the level the opera is working at. Unbelievably disappointing.
He puts your cards delicately aside, then shuffles his deck again. Rhythmically, like blades of a machine churning together.
Final. When all else burns away, this remains.
You turn the card to see an image featuring a stooped figure, face concealed by a heavy cloak. One narrowed eye peers up from beneath its hood.
The hunchback, monstrous, all too human. You choose the company of the cast-off and malformed. Your friends, the 2 lost boys downstairs?
Kaleidoscope is still unknown to him. Good.
Beautiful, stupid, meaningless. I'm talking about your impending deaths.
As it was with Operant Access, captured in La Cupola in 75, and then dragged behind the resurfacing machine at every Lusian ice hockey game, until he finally succumbed in 78.
The issue at hand is people, the trust that binds them together and raises them above the animals. You've gained that trust by offering to lead your friends into the secret rooms where reality is ordered. Now you're in one of them. What do you do?
Movement at your peripheral vision. A final board tilt in your favor. One last roll.
Requests, anyone?
A few passengers turn their heads, then look away again. The man by the window spares him a disinterested glance.
I wouldn't mind a song.
We are well equipped with silence.
You feel Kaleidoscope's eyes on your back, his hand over the jukebox. Ahead of you, futures shear off each other. Your fate is preordained and preloaded. All that's left to do is cue the exit music. Your squad is shoulder to shoulder with 2 weeping eye goons under their watch, waiting for you to drop the flag. But the enemy has your gun. You'll have to reclaim it if you choose that route. Kaleidoscope's pink hood twitches in your direction.
A puppet of jazz. You may mistake it for jazz at a moment's glance, but it has no eyes, no soul. It is fascinating. The Department of Transportation.
Darkness. He turns on his headphones and pushes the jukebox's play button. Speakers above you rattle to life.
Vacuous. It evokes nothing.
He means this as a compliment. Kaleidoscope remains still, not looking at you. You're surrounded, outnumbered, unarmed. There is nothing in your future besides ritual humiliation and torture. So take heart. You have nothing to lose and everything to overthrow. Take them with you. Take the city with you. Anything but cowed retreat. Not this time. The man by the window has confiscated it beneath his coat. Recover it, or die trying. And then when you do get it back from him, or you shoot him, or take an opportunity to hit the golem. He hasn't been caught, so he must be. 1 gun against 3 is certain death. 2 against 3 is a fighting chance. You need your gun. Too late to worry whether we'll live or die. You weigh up both your targets. Reclaim your gun and decapitate. Lost in the song, your sudden movement takes him by surprise. Your hand finds your gun drawn to it. His hand finds your wrist. The crack of gunshot, halo of blood. Kaleidoscope's bullet shatters his forehead. The man's eyes meet yours as he crumples. Your hand coils in familiar grip. Finger reunites with trigger. The party has sent forth its champion. The people roar your name.
This isn't the end. I will not have this end.
The gun leaps in your hand. Bullet smashes glass, collides with eye, mashing it against the inside of his socket. His blood, the banner of the party.
Oh no! No! No!
He fires wildly, blindly. Holes punctured in the tram's body. Daylight stars. Kaleidoscope recoils as the bullets flit by him. Another volley like that and one of you is going down. You are about to become historical. There are chairs that you could get behind. Robust public outfittings. They will preserve you. Have to be extremely fast, though. You've heard shouting, gunshots. Things don't seem to be going their way. Frozen. His expression seems pained rather than angry.
Take over. Shoot.
His gun follows you, still shooting. The bullets smash into Tesoro's corpse.
Canopus, acquit me!
Kaleidoscope shot blasts out the back of his head. His eyes meet yours as he crumples to the floor.
Clean sweep, bucko.
The carriage rocks gently on its rail, a cradle of steaming gore.
They're in trouble.
Gunshots beneath you, fury and shorn metal. Your partner looks to you as bullets pierce the floor around your feet.
Escape, we need to...
Oh, shit.
He staggers, hand clamped to chest. A last desperate glance as your ally stumbles away from you. Another gunshot from below. Holocene shudders, folds in two. His body joins the others on the floor.
Gloria, alos caídos.
She spits on Holocene's garish red shirt and looks up, trying to catch a glimpse through the bullet holes.
Be over. Be over now.
Hands gripped around Pseudopod's throat, all animal impulse on the deaf ground.
Kill.
I'm trying.
Won't let. Cascade down.
Go! Upstairs, the commander!
You're alone, fighting and dying alone. The enemy charges towards you, stained in your friend's blood. Badly, shot in the chest from what you could see. Anything vital and he'll be dead in minutes. Holocene, shot and left for dead. Pseudopod, fighting for his life. The Weeping Eye has hands around his throat, forcing him to his knees. He's losing. Only if you can do it from here. You have moments before the Weeping Eye is upon you. A near impossible advanced cognitive maneuver. The true shadow. A psychic marionette between harmonized doubles. A long shot, but worth it in desperate straits. Psychic hijacking. Infinity sync rate. Open cockpit. The world crashes back in. Not everyone will stay in it for very long. Time for last illusions. Who means more to you? The one you can see. He won't last long without you. You turn from the crazed woman and sprint to your fallen ally. Bullets flit past you.
You're already dead. Coward.
The balcony is cramped and awkward. You take what cover you can find as bullets splinter around you. Mist hangs below the tram like gun smoke.
Skate. Dire Straits.
Okay, bad, yes, but no death sentence. First, stop this bleeding. The voice of the opera's head traumatist barks in your mind. Push harder than you think you should. Force the clot. Next, you have to seal it. Chest wound. Too much air inside the lung and it'll collapse. Aren't those headphones high grade? Noise cancelling. Airtight. You press one of the headphone ears around the wound. Blood seeps around the leather edges.
Did it have to be those? Can't beat anechoic. Glad I went custom.
Gunfire crashes around you. Somewhere behind, the woman howls. Into the breach now, operant. Steady hand.
Afraid not. But I can cheer you on.
You tense and coil, finger to trigger, ready to surge. And the sound of the gunfire stops. Reloading. Trying to bait you out.
Cascade, are you alive?
He is bleeding, but here, for you. The world is stained before you. Kaleidoscope hands.
You did it, Cascade. Gave them what for, and remained upright.
He pushes back his hood with his free hand. The sunlight sears his blue eyes white.
Thank you for saving me. I have colleagues I've known for years who wouldn't have done the same. An honor. Next gunfight, can we please throw down to some ultravioletta? I think it would stir my soul. Might have even caught the bullet.
An advanced cognitive maneuver, no doubt far beyond him.
I keep it full throttle. No more rafts available. Speaking of the Tyrant Queen.
His free hand reaches for his music player, while the other presses the headphone to his wound. From the loose headphone speaker, you hear the faint sound of an electric piano, followed by an unmistakable voice.
A salving special move. Let her carry through me. Her voice in my blood.
The vibrations might actually promote healing, or it might be weird sexual violence crossed wiring. Leave him at it. You're starting to feel icky.
Ada yang bisa di-loot kah?
The city rises to greet you, a smoking mass of architecture, overlaid by the crisscrossing rails of the tram network. From this altitude, it looks like Portofino has been caught in a web of dark yarn. You turn towards the silent carriage.
Cascade. Very close one.
Your former double pushes his gun into his distressingly short shorts and wipes his hands on them.
No problem. Miho will not be routed by these mega lame weeping eye clown jobs on our debut assignment.
Nothing to do with Miho. If it came to it, he would have taken 10 more bullets on his way to you. He grimaces and clutches his side. Blood leaks between his fingers.
Single bullet. Bad aim. I am not afraid. The existential threat fell over the railing, by the way. It screamed as it went down. As if it knew it was a conceptual mistake. Suicidal impulse kicked in at exactly the right time.
He runs a hand across his hair and gets blood in it.
I was, concerned. I'm very glad you made it.
You blink against the cold air. Mountains ascend slowly outside. Pseudopod's body is out there somewhere, lying on the rocks. Your voice bounces off the mountain, comes back to you. Okay, okay, okay. Perhaps the mountain will keep a little of your voice for company. There is no response. Mist dampens your the noise of the rain. You return to look. You hear the first talk.
Tikopong lah stasiun ni.
One more phone, one more voice.
Please tell me you have good news. Don't mail me right now. The first reports made it to Navassa 20 minutes ago. Some dramatic shit appears to be going down in Portofino. A running gunfight on a public aero tram between members of the opera and the Weeping Eye to some kind of avant-garde ambient soundtrack. I hear they're still hosting Golem Blood of the Seeds. What is going on? Musical choices notwithstanding, they're saying it looks like typical opera gimpery. Must be the whiff of amateurism. One of the civilians on the tram you shot up, a young boy, he gave the Carabineros a highly vivid description of you and your squad.
Something you missed.
Foreign woman, Mercian accent, attempting to disguise herself with male facial hair. Sound familiar? I would love to, but it sounds like you might be overqualified for the operant bureau. At least you made it out in the end. But that still leaves the object of your assignment, the Grand Lich. Did we pull it off? Good. That's good news for the big board.
You can feel the tension going out of her shoulders. Her diaphragm slackening as she straightens in her chair.
And what of your squad? How did they carry themselves?
Just one.
I see. Who was it? Pseudopod. Lost.
A sigh. That's all she can manage just now.
What about Kaleidoscope and Holocene? Are they alright? Have they made it safely to cover? Right. That's good to hear. As soon as we're able, we'll get them out. One unmarked star. Well, we've certainly had bloodier outings. It was a very complex assignment. The odds were overwhelmingly against you. You and your squad displayed great luck and skill to pull off what you did.
Lagi naik perahu ya.
Oh, you broke up there for a moment, Cascade. Fortunately, our connection seems to have been promptly restored. Long may she reign. I suppose that just leaves the final ranking. There's a new system we're supposed to use. The Z-scale. Objective and accountable are the words you hear batted about. You know how they get with these new initiatives.
Ice crystals fractal in your veins. Your controller mumbles something to herself as she dutifully prepares the assessment form.
On paper, at least, it appears things went according to plan. The Opera made a strategic partnership with one rival in order to neuter another. The Weeping Eye appeared to be undone for now. In theory, we come out ahead. Might just be the adrenaline come-down that follows any paroxysm of violence. Plus, our friends from Emter come out looking like fools, and the Opera have reasserted ourselves on the international scene. Not bad overall. For both our sakes, I'm going to leave any references to Miho out of your file. At least it looks like we've come out on the top of the heap for today. Most would call that a good outcome. Lackluster stagecraft aside, I'd call that a pretty solid performance. The grade is wide.
What?
Not for me to say, really. The rank is supposed to be for inconspicuous brilliance in theater. Your performance may have had elements of brilliance, but you can't really call it inconspicuous.
A distinction that will preoccupy you in the small hours for many years to come.
Don't be, clown. It's a very good outcome. In any event, it's the one being entered into the assignment file. But for now, you should get going. If you depart now, you'll make the Eastern Republics by nightfall. Wait? Oh yes, her. I suppose she's doomed to an ordinarily extraordinary life. Then maybe she shouldn't have acted upon her childhood dream. Anyway, she's on the party censor list. Quite naturally, I continue. Although, I did see a strange report from Capoblanco. Seems a number of their low-orbit satellites have gone dark rather suddenly. Right. I'll add something in the additional comments box. Sounds like something for the remembrance.
Jadi ini sih miniatur kereta nggak buat apa-apa.
Hardly. Once you get back to Novessa, we'll have the standard quarantine, battery of debriefing, physical examinations, ideological decontamination, and so on. Oh, and the special request from the semioticians. They want to talk about your wolf cubs. Seems they may be in the grips of a set-collecting compulsion themselves. For now, best to lay low. Back to Novessa as soon as possible. Strange with the connection. The Opera forgives.
Come on, honey. We'll take off running in our party shoes. The digital bird song of a signal jammer when you want your target to know they're being disrupted. The illuminated empire awakened. From the other side of the boat, Kaleidoscope is nodding his head as though to say, time to go.
No, I can't. Jamming. Probably.
The receiver buzzes warmly in your hand. In an underground office in Novessa. In a secret recording studio on the far side of the moon. In a glass and steel.
Luck. Skill cascade. Now.
Masih banyak PR tapi oke. Pergi satisfied. Sekali sih ya kita konsep sih detektif sampai